Hello, welcome back. I'm playing more Richard Burns Rally. This is the Green Tarmac Rally, and this first course is Banov, and it's Leg 1, Stage 1. This course, I have done it before, however I did it in wet conditions, and yeah, you can see there, I still struggle because it shifts from gravel to tarmac. I've always found these stages to be challenging just because I have no control over the car when it's the tarmac tires on gravel. You can see I'm taking it much slower now than I was in the beginning, just trying to hold it together. Um, yeah, going under the gravel again there, just these weird little shifts. Um, and then unfortunately kind of get flipped around there, and I try and reverse to fix it, but I end up making the problem worse because there's a bridge right there, and I go into this little gap, and I refuse to call for help. I want to get out on my own, so that's took me a little extra time, but it's okay. We got this long straightaway here into a little chicane. Taking it really slow. I don't want to damage my car any more than I already have. Yeah, coming over the hill here. Could have gone way quicker, but like I said, being cautious because I don't want to damage my car. And there's this funky little left-hand hairpin turn here. It's always challenging just because it goes onto the gravel. And yeah, you can see it leads into another tight one. Barely able to control the car coming in. I need to use left foot braking a little more here, I think, just because the RS, which is what I'm using, wants to understeer, even though it is all-wheel drive on those gravel sections. So I think using left foot braking while maintaining the throttle help pitch the nose in a little bit. Coming down here under the tunnel, always get nervous coming under there. Coming out into this medium turn and cooking it all the way to the end. One more tricky little turn here just to throw you off for good measure. And there is the finish. And this was a 232.4, so pretty good. This next one is Gaviria Legazpi 2004, still leg 1, stage 2. I've done this one before. I did it in the Toyota, I want to say Corolla, but I know it's not the Corolla, it's the Celica, the Toyota Celica, the Group B Toyota Celica, rear wheel drive. Very, very fun course. This is actually the only damp course in this rally. The rest of them are dry with dry tires. This is damp with intermediate tires. So you can see I'm sliding a little bit more, and I'm definitely going slower. I'm just being super cautious because I don't want to mess up and lose a whole bunch of time, because this is unrealistic as well. So any crash really messes up your car. Any like small tap to the engine, and that's it. Game over. But yeah, you can see here just kind of flowing, taking my time, staying cautious. And yeah, just a pretty average course. I'm cutting here. You can see I'm right towards the end, less than a kilometer to go. Coming around this corner here, and that's it. My course is over. That's pretty much it for the rally. You can see the engine lights on, car won't start. So what happened? Get a little instant replay here. Something is there. Maybe a rock, a log, I don't really know. I never went back to investigate. As you can see there, did not finish. I felt confident on this course. I'd done it before. And then I didn't have any footage of Cement in 2009, which was the third course for some reason. I couldn't find it in my replays. This is the Pirin Tarmac. So this is the second leg, the fourth stage. But yeah, just a very disappointing result on the second stage. Very disappointing. However, it's okay. We moved on. I don't remember how the third rally went. I didn't crash, I don't think. I think it went pretty well. Honestly, can't really remember. And then I'd never actually done this stage before. It was super fun though. You can see that all of the corners are super banked, so you can really carry a lot of speed into them, and it kind of just pulls you around. So it's very flowy. It feels very natural to drive. Little chicane there. Coming onto this nice bridge. I think it's in Lake Superior. That's what the description said. So up in I think that's the Great Lakes. I don't know, I should probably know that. Haven't done any geography like that since 5th grade though. But yeah, just a very, very fun course. Sped it up through here just so you guys can kind of see flowing left and right, left and right. But yeah, this one went really well. I felt pretty confident, pretty solid. It was my first time, right, so I definitely could have gone quicker. You can see I did a little jump back there. It was pretty good stuff. Another little hop there. So I definitely feel like I could have pushed harder, but I didn't want another repeat. So finished the course. Let's see, 231.4. So not bad. Like I said, I feel pretty good about that one. Now we're going into Hradec 2, and this is Lake 2, Stage 5. So this one I have done as well in the past. I think I've done it once or twice, maybe in a daily rally or a different online rally. This is another funky gravel to tarmac one. It's less than the previous course was, so there's definitely more tarmac on this one. But still, you do get some of that switch. So yeah, but pretty fun. This one's around 6 kilometers long. And yeah, you can see I'm just trying to take it slow, coming around these hairpin turns, staying cautious. My goal was just honestly not to crash, because that's my biggest enemy in all of these rallies, is when I lose my consistency and I start to push a little bit too hard and then I crash. So I try and keep it at like 85-90% effort, just because if I push to 100% around every corner, then I know I'm gonna make a mistake. It's not a hot lap, so there's no reset button. You can see that here, right? Just taking it nice and slow down through these corners, taking my time. Yeah, coming up around here, going over the crest. Still going nice and slow. And this one's pretty, it doesn't really have those banked turns like the previous stage did. It's very flat. So no banking on them. Which makes it a little bit more difficult to turn in, right? But it's not bad. The course is actually pretty wide because you're just on like normal roads most of the time. However, there are a couple spots where it gets pretty narrow. So like right through here, it gets pretty hairy. I almost turned right there. I almost turned right. I wasn't listening to my co-driver. I got lost in the moment. But luckily I turned left, right, kind of went through that narrow little spot there, coming down this hill. A lot of elevation change in this stage as well, so up, down, right, just kind of going through the hills. You can see a lot of elevation loss. And I take a left. I wasn't listening to my co-driver once again. He's probably sitting there like, what the hell's going on? Fortunately, the Yaris has really good handbrake. It's really easy to put this car in 180. Sometimes a little too easy, in my opinion. But helped me in that situation. I was able to flip it around pretty quick. Lost probably 5-10 seconds there, but it's better than, you know, having a reset. So coming up, like I said, a lot of elevation change, climbing the mountain, climbing the hill, coming back down on the main road into this little funky little chicane. This has got me before. I knew it was coming, and then he said left, and I didn't exactly know where. So you can see me hesitate there. I almost turned into nowhere. I turned left on a straight. almost, but not quite. So saved it there. Last little section here, 0.1 kilometers away. Last tricky little turn onto the gravel. Once again, I think left foot braking is going to help me here. I need to practice this a little more, the tarmac on the gravel. But a 4:29.61, not bad. I was pretty satisfied with that. A couple mistakes, but not bad. And then we got Pyrigros Mandigout. I'm slaughtering these names. This is leg 2, stage 6. So this one was very, very technical. It was not quick, so it's 12 kilometers. Ooh, taking a lot of cones there. Pretty good beginning there. Anyways, yeah, 12 kilometers, but it's very slow because I feel like a lot of these longer courses you can take them pretty quick, or like I guess this would be a medium length course. But you can go pretty quick. Right, they've got a lot of fast zones where you're in like 5th, 6th gear, rocketing at like 100 miles an hour. This does not have that. So I was going about 60 kilometers an hour, between 60 and 100 kilometers an hour the whole time. I speeded up here, so it's kind of just this the whole time, and I took it nice and slow. I've done this one once before. I can't remember. I think it was a daily stage a couple days ago. Yeah, very, very technical little chicane there. And then you go through this little narrow part of the street here, come out onto a bridge. Yeah, so just very narrow, very technical, very sharp turns. Super fun though. It took a lot of focus. I honestly, after I finished this, my brain was like hurting a little bit. I don't know. I don't do courses this technical and this long that often, so I think this is another area that I can work on, is just doing these longer courses that are more technical, that take the focus. Because I feel like I'm prone to make mistakes. I'll stop listening to the co-driver, or I'll just, I don't know, just lose focus, lose attention. So yeah, but just taking it nice and easy, all the way through. Yeah, not too much to report on this. You can see I'm taking these hairpins pretty badly. Yeah, and then coming here, I've sailed over that once before, so yeah, it was daily stages because I remember doing it a couple times. I sailed over that bridge previously, and it's a pretty steep drop. My car did not enjoy it, so I was glad to get over that in one piece. And yeah, just kind of more of the same coming down. These hairpins are hard because I like to take the hairpins without using the handbrake on tarmac in the Yaris. However, you could see back there when I did try and do that, it just goes too wide. These hairpins are sharp, super sharp, so I kind of have to use the handbrake, which I don't particularly enjoy, but it's okay. And then going through there, another super narrow section between two houses. Yep, just taking it easy. Coming up the hill now. So it seems like you kind of go down into a valley, come back out of it on this one. Coming up all these switchbacks. And yeah, to that right side is treacherous. If you even dip one wheel off, you just go straight over the edge. Hence why I'm being so cautious when I'm going through this course. Just because one little mistake and that's it. So stakes are very, very high. Coming towards the end here. Last little turn here. And what are we looking at? A 10:17.33. So once again, I feel pretty satisfied with that. Then we're coming on to my favorite track, Côte d'Arbros. This is the first stage of the third leg, so leg 3, stage 7. This was my first course that I ever did, so I have a lot of experience with it. I feel very, very comfortable with it, especially in the Yaris. I've done many laps on the tarmac in the Yaris, so I feel pretty comfortable on this course. My hairpins, not the greatest. They're okay. They definitely could use some improvement. But then coming up, this is one of my favorite parts of the stage right here, is coming up out of those hairpin turns and you just floor it. And then you got 3 areas where you can kind of send it off. So there's 1. Here's number 2. I've crashed here many a time before, so slowing down through there. And here's 3 coming out of those houses. Actually 4, so that little barrier right there. It's crashed into that many times before as well. And just coming down the back side of the hill, right? So you climb all the way up, and then you get to come all the way back down. You just kind of send it back through here. And I get a little too comfortable. I almost lose it. Was able to save it, luckily. If I was on gravel, it would have been game over right there. Luckily, I was on tarmac. So just kind of going through the motions here. Done this one a million times before. Bringing it home, nice and safe. And I usually get under 3 minutes, so we'll see 2:54. So pretty good. 2:54.64. I've definitely gone faster in hot laps in the Yaris, but it was good. Usaram Colsaint Roche. 3rd leg, 8th stage. This one, I think I'd done it once before. It seemed kind of familiar, but at the same time, I didn't really know it. It just looked familiar, so I'm not sure if it was just made by this the same person who made another one, and they just have a similar style. But I didn't feel very comfortable on this course. I had a lot of moments. I think I was also getting tired, so right there, huge moment. I was afraid I had broken the car. You can hear my co-driver scream in agony as he probably bounces his head off the window. But luckily, wasn't too much damage. I think I damaged the tires on the right side, and then probably one of the dampeners. But other than that, it was not bad. Another little moment here, brushing the side of the mountain. So, like I said, I was getting tired, kind of that mental fatigue from just going back to back to back to back. And I was losing it. I gotta be honest with you. I was losing focus. I was making mistakes. Here that is highlighted once again. Almost losing it when I'm coming into the hairpin. Turning while braking. Slamming on the brakes. Skidding. Not great. Coming up here. Did okay on that hairpin. But yeah, like I said, I need to work more on the mental endurance. Yeah, coming up here, switch back in and this one's all uphill pretty much. There's very, very few downhill sections. But there, and another slam into the barrier. What is going on? Yeah, just losing my mind a little bit. And I was at this point, I was like, okay, I gotta calm down. Like I realized it as I was driving, but I still was losing it a little bit. So right there, you see it again, kind of just braking a little too hard around that corner, trying to push a little too hard on a course that I do not know. So it'll come with experience as well. I definitely feel a lot better on a lot of these courses than I did first doing them. But yeah, 414.2. And now we are on Banov Okra. This is leg 3, stage 9, the final stage. I was very happy to get to this point. My standing was pretty good at this point in time. Almost losing it there on the straightaway a little bit. And I'm just going very slow through here. My co-driver said hairpin left. I didn't want a repeat of the last stage with all my tiny little mistakes that like because any of those mistakes I made in the last stage could have ended the rally. So I just wanted to slow it down a little bit. This straightaway was awesome, or not this one, I think it's the next one. One of these straightaways in here was awesome. I was able to hit full speed in the Yaris, which I had never done before. And you can see as well, this is actually just an extended version of the very, very first stage that we did. So that first one was about, I think, 4 kilometers. This one is 12. And yeah, here it is. So hitting 206 kilometers an hour in the Yaris. Let me actually look up how much that is miles per hour, because I'm American and I don't know kilometers that well. I know it's well over 100 though. Let's see, 200 kph to mph, 124 miles per hour. So absolutely cooking on that straightaway. And this thing is basically a big loop, so you can see 12 kilometers, but we're doing a lot of the same turns, same tunnel, right? So it's 2 laps of the same thing, so we're going to hit that straightaway again. But yeah, I was kind of just going through the motions on this stage. I felt pretty good on this second lap, as it was mostly tarmac, just a lot of very, very quick straightaways, a couple super sharp hairpins. So it was like straightaway, hairpin, straightaway, 90, kind of like right there. But it was nice to just have these straightaways give my head a little bit of a break. It wasn't as technical as the last couple had been. So that was kind of my saving grace. You can see here, going through the little chicane, very, very long straightaway. Coming to these last little parts right here. They really try and get you at the end here. There's so many little interesting parts, like this hairpin right here. I thought I totally overcooked it. I thought I overshot the hairpin for sure. I think I did a little bit, but I definitely saved it. I was able to come back around and finish without any big incidents. And yeah, as you can see, 720.17, so pretty solid. And now for the drum roll, the final result of the race. 11th out of 256. So there were actually only 61 people who finished the entire rally, and I was 11th out of those 61, but in total 11th out of 256, so a very good result. Yeah, very content with that. My best result ever, personally, so look forward to more good results in the future. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.